Hello, this is Mrs. G coming to you with a long division of polynomials problem. As you can see, we have a numerator 17 minus 31x plus 4x3, and then the denominator 2x minus 5. This translates to a division problem where 2x minus 5 is on the outside and 17 minus 31x plus 4x third is on the inside. Okay, in division of polynomials, the very first thing we have to make sure is that both polynomials are in standard form and no missing terms. So as we look outside, we see the 2x minus 5, this is the divisor, is in standard form. However, inside, we have 17 minus 31x plus 4x to the third. Definitely not in standard form. So let's rearrange, and now it becomes 4x to the third minus 31x plus 17. This is in standard form, but as you notice, it is missing a term. It goes from 4x3 to x. So let's give some space and add that 0 times x squared. As you can see, adding a 0 really doesn't change the value, but it does create space, which we're going to need shortly. So let's begin. How many times does 2x go into 4x to the third? That's the question. But we also can say, what do we multiply 2x with so that we get 4x3? And the answer is 2x to the second. Okay, because 2x to the second times 2x gives us 4x to the third. Now that we put 2x to the 2 at the top, we have to multiply that with 2x minus 5. And when we do that, we get 4x to the third minus 10x squared. We subtract this from above, and as you know, when we have a subtraction sign or a negative sign in front of the parentheses, that flips the sign of everything inside. So here's the flipped and the parentheses is gone. So we simply combine, and it's going to be 4x3 minus negative 4x3. That's going to be 0. We don't need to write 0 here, but it is 0. And then 0x squared combined with 10x squared is positive 10x squared. Next, we're going to bring down the 31x, and we begin again. We ask, what do we need to multiply 2x with so that we get 10x to the second? And the answer is 5x. We multiply 5x with 2x minus 5 and write that right below, 10x squared minus 25x. Notice that I'm being very neat and careful to put the x squared with the x squared and the x term with the x term. Okay, I have to subtract, and as you know, subtraction flips the signs of inside. So now this is what we have, negative 10x squared plus 25x. Combining the terms, we're going to get 0 again, and negative 31x plus 25x is equal to negative 6x. We bring down the 17, and we begin again. This time we're asking, what do I multiply 2x with so that I get negative 6x? And the answer is negative 3. Negative 3 times 2x gives me negative 6x. And negative 3 times negative 5 gives me positive 15. We subtract, and that subtraction causes each of the signs inside the parentheses to flip. So now we have 0 and 2. There is nothing else to bring down, so 2 is our remainder. We can write it as R2, but in Algebra 2, instead of writing it as R2, we make a fraction out of this. We're going to say plus 2, because the remainder was plus 2, over the divisor, which is 2x minus 5. And this is the final answer. So this polynomial divided by 2x minus 5 is equal to this polynomial. Please notice that as we divided, the degree of the answer dropped 1. So now instead of x to the third, we're starting off with x to the second, x, and the number. And in this case, it's a remainder. So the question is 2x minus 5 a factor of this polynomial? And the answer is no, it isn't, because we have a remainder. If it was a factor, the remainder would have been 0. Thanks for watching.